Okay, so first of all, this may not be the best gold farming guide out there if you want to actively make gold caps every single day like crazy, using all sorts of auction house add-ons and stuff like that. This video is for players like me, who just want to shut off their brain, watch something on the side while doing some farms that don't really require you to think too much or think at all. You could say this is the most brain-dead way of making gold, and that's exactly the way I like it. There are two very good gold farms that I've found so far, so let's get into it. Best way of making gold for me so far have been gathering professions. I make about 10 to 30,000 gold per day from this alone, depending on how much time I spent doing it. I chose 3. Mining, herbalism and fishing. All 3 of them give decent gold. For fishing, what you want to do is get a good fishing pole, I still use the Legion artifact one, and get the Iskara Tuskar reputation to renown 5, where you have the fishing hole unlocked. Here you can really fish as much as you like. Depending on your shard, the fishing hole will have either very little or a lot of fishing pools. I play on a relatively low populated server, and even then I often see that the fishing hole is rich. From my experience, most of the fishes sell for about 40 gold each on the auction house. These are not your only ways of making gold by fishing though. Another really good way, which involves a lot of luck too, is fishing up some recipes. These really do widely vary on their pricings. My friend fished up a recipe the other day that he sold for 200,000 gold. I recommend buying fishing skill buffs from this vendor here, and also applying a fishing enchant of your choice that you can buy on the auction house. As you progress with the Iskara reputation, you will unlock new types of fish, from high places to icy places or lava places. These also sell nicely, though they are much rarer and require you to actively seek them out. If you want to just chill out, I'd stick with the fishing hole. Next up, mining and herbalism. The reason why I picked these two isn't because of herbs and ores per se, but because of something called rousing order. So while gathering nodes around the Dragon Isles, you may notice that some of them are a bit different. There will be, for example, primal nodes, molten nodes, windswept herbs, frigid herbs, etc. What makes these different is that they give out materials called rousing earth, rousing frost and such. These sell alright, but the most important of these is rousing order, which is gathered from Titan-touched herbs and mining nodes. In my region, these currently sell for 280 gold each. Upon gathering these, you will get a few, but a good way to maximize your rousing order is by learning the spells for overloading elemental herbs and deposits, which is a spell that starts at a 12-hour cooldown that lowers itself every time you gather something. There are 2 spells, as they are separate for mining and herbalism. For mining, you wanna go to the Mastering the Elements spec and learn it, which will give you the spell for mining. For herbalism, you wanna go to the same spec, Mastering the Elements, and learning it there as well. Both specs have a branch called Titan Touched, and here is where you wanna invest a lot of your knowledge to maximize your rousing order gathering potential. If you have extra knowledge and want to make your gathering even easier, you can also invest some points into botany for herbalism and mining process for mining. Upon maxing those out, you can do your gathering from your mounts, which is pretty sweet and makes your life much easier. Now, because the overload cooldown is lowered every time you gather any node, don't just focus on the Titan touched ones. Gather everything in your way, and of course later you will sell everything in your way, which sells pretty nicely as most herbs sell alright. You can also lower the cooldown of overloads by putting points in Mastering the Elements if you're so inclined. Note that you can turn 10 of rousing materials into an awakened material, which sometimes sells for more than 10 rousing but sometimes for less, so be sure to check out the status of the price on the auction house. Of course, before doing this, make sure to get tools and accessories of your liking for the professions and some nice enchants as well. All of these can be found on the auction house. Once you finish your rounds farming, just go back to the auction house and load everything off. And as you will see, you will start selling stuff before you even put everything up there. And lastly, another endless brain-dead farm that you can do is glowing Titan orbs. These drop from elites around tier hold. Most of the elites have about 5% drop chance. I'd focus on the malfunctioning mobs as they are the easiest ones to down, but if you got a group or if you got gear to solo it, you should pick out every single mob you can. When recording this video, on my auction house, a single glowing titan orb sold for about 8,000 gold. And that's it. This may not be the best way of making gold, as I said, but these ways are surely the easiest. As I am prepared for season 1, I've been doing these farms here and there, as I said, and I make around 10 to 30,000 gold per day, depending on how much effort I put into it, for a few days now. If you have any ideas about making gold of your own, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching, leave a like if you are starting to make fat stacks, and subscribe if you want to see more guides like this. I will hopefully see you in the next one. Peace.